me the Red Sox pitching staff is, I would rather say, what the F's going on with Russell Martin? This guy was a bum with the Dodgers.
The last 2.5 years.
Was stealing money from the Dodgers.
And not stealing bases, and not throwing out people stealing bases, and no power, and the average was down.
He was a two-time All-Star, and he went from being part of the Dodger franchise future
to rejecting a long-term deal
to a guy they couldn't wait to get rid of, and they would rather have journeyman Rod Barajas as their catcher than Russell Martin. That's how much he stunk with the Dodgers last year, and he was injured. But when he played, he was terrible.
Not for 2.5 years. He wasn't.
No, he was not. And Russell Martin, off to a ridiculous start the opening week as a member of the New York Yankees. He hit 2 home runs. The Yankees had 4 home runs, and he had 4 RBIs as well as the Yankees beat the Red Sox in the Fox game on Saturday. Now, do we have the John Sterling, Russell Martin home run call? I have not heard it yet, and I'm very excited. Now, this is not his first home run as a Yankee, but John Sterling, the voice of the New York Yankees, what would he come up with a rather generic name? Now, let's kind of give you some background here. Russell Martin is Canadian. He's half black, half white.
Montreal.
He's from Montreal, that's right. So, but the name Russell Martin, I mean, you look at some of the other home run calls. You've got Robbie Cano, Don't You Know, right? We love that.
Text message for Teixeira.
Yeah, you get, so there's some creativity.
The absolute best is still when they had Matsui.
Yeah.
And and then you've got the A-Rod call, an A-bomb from A-Rod.
Yeah. Although it's Swishalicious, I like the Grandy Man personally. That's my favorite.
The Grandy Man.
The Grandy Man.
There it is, right there. See, I love that.
Grandy Man.
That's great. I mean, that's a man in his 50s singing the Grandy Man song right there.
Only his 50s.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He might be in his 60s.
The gold jewelry is older, I guess.
I don't know. All right, so we have not heard this.
No,
I'm very excited here for the first time. We like John Sterling. I very rarely play play-by-play cuts on my radio show, but I will always play John Sterling cuts because he makes me laugh my ass off. Here we go. Without further ado, let's hear it. Russell Martin.
Hit in the air to deep left. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. And into the monster seats. Russell shows muscle. Monsieur Martin est là. And the Yankees on the 3-run home run take a 5-1 lead.
That's for credit, Yankees Radio Network, WCBS.
I'm not an expert here. I barely know English, but I believe he was speaking French.
I'll go with that.
I think he might have been speaking French there. Let's play that again there and try to decipher what exactly in the French dialect
there was a second home run. We can play that.
Well, let's play that. Maybe he did the same thing. Here we go.
That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. He's done it again. Russell Martin. Russell with muscle. It's a second home run of the game, high into the monster seats. Monsieur Martin est là.
I can see where this is going this year.
Oh, that's great. Isn't that great? I wish the Expos were still around. Just imagine if Sterling, the Yankees played the Expos.
Interleague, sure.
Yeah, that'd be great, right? There you go. Russell Martin. Now, let's give you some of the numbers here. He's hitting .321. He's got 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. Now, that's a good start for anybody. Keep in mind, though, in 2010, with my Dodgers, this bum, Russell Martin, last year, in 97 games, hit .248. He had 5 home runs all 97 games and 26 RBIs. He's already got 3 home runs and 8 RBIs in the first week as a member of the New York Yankees. And also keep in mind, the Red Sox were talking to Russell Martin. There were 3 teams that were interested in Russell Martin, the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. Now,
the Dodgers offered him essentially what he got with the Yankees.
Yeah. Now, if you believe that Russell Martin's going to play like this all year, then I believe he must be cheating.
He does have a hamstring, so stay tuned.
Well, if he plays, he's going to hit 30 home runs if he plays like this. I realize the American League's much easier to hit home runs. It's not as tough as the National League to hit home runs. It's much different. The ballparks are smaller. Everything's designed for American League hitters to have great offensive statistics.
Tell that to a Mariners fan.
No, it's true. No, like that. The real men are in the National League because you have great pitching in the National League, bigger ballparks. In the American League, it's bandbox baseball is what it is. It's arcade baseball, Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium. The new Yankee Stadium's ridiculous. Camden Yards used to be a great hitter's park, but now it's not thought of as much because the Orioles have sucked for 10 years. Right? Isn't that part of the deal there with the Orioles?
Not this year.
Well, this year they're okay. The first week.
Okay.
The first week of the season they're okay.
6-2.
Now, enough praising Russell Martin, although I did take some shots here on the backside at Russell Martin.
Well, there is the other side, the Boston side,
Yes,
where big money Carl Crawford was 1 for 5, batting 152, and Kevin Youkilis is at 125.
But that's not the story. The story for the Red Sox is the starting pitch for the Boston Red Sox. The rotation is 1-5 this year. John Lester's the only pitcher without a loss in the starting rotation. John Lackey, who was good with the Angels.
Very good sometimes.
You're not going to win a
very good at times.
Come on. Let's not get too carried away. John Lackey.
I am not joking.
Well, he's the only guy that has a win, which is the good news.
Game 7 as a rookie, did he not?
John Lackey, the only Red Sox pitcher with a win. That's the good news. The bad news would be he's got an ERA of over 15, which is somewhat troubling.
That may come down as the month goes along.
Overall, the starting rotation for the Boston Red Sox, the team that some said in the old town there, the Red Sox faithful said this could be the best Red Sox team, top to bottom, assembled, better than the 2 World Championship teams of the last decade, that this team was better than those teams. The rotation is almost 7.5, 7.46. They have a total of just 25 strikeouts, and they've got 20 walks.
John Lackey, by the way, only 4 years ago led the league in ERA.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm telling you, here's part of the problem, though, with the Red Sox. Now, the big thing for me here, 2 things. Number 1 is Josh Beckett, who looks done, right? Doesn't Beckett look like...
Yeah. We'll see Sunday night, but yeah.
He does. I mean, he was bad last year. He didn't have a good beginning here this year. You look at that. Dice K, you can't rely on Dice K. So that's a big part. And everyone was talking up Lester as a Cy Young candidate. And maybe that will be. I mean, you got to think Lester's not going to be a complete stiff, right? I mean, Lester's going to be okay. But you got to have more than that.
But the ERAs for Beckett and for Lackey just should not be going on. These pitchers are better than that.
And I don't want to hear the nonsense about, hey, it's early. No. We're in the business of overreacting in sports talk radio, and I think this is the perfect time to overreact.
By the way, on the Fox broadcast of that game, I saw Eric Chavez playing. He's still in the league. He was the Yankees' DH in the game, had 3 hits.
Yeah. Hey, how about the Greek god of walks, Kevin Youkilis, who's hitting a $125, batting cleanup for your Boston Red Sox.
Ouch. Boy, they could use Manny No, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Hey, Jared Saltalamacchia. You think they're selling any Saltalamacchia jerseys at the Fenway Park gift shop? Probably not, right?
Do you have to pay extra for the lettering?
Look at this. How many? I'm looking at the Red Sox lineup here. 1, 2, 3.
Tampa Bay is 1-7 also, same as the Red Sox,
They've got
by the way.
4 guys who played in the lineup on Saturday hitting under 200.
And Johnny Damon for Tampa Bay is at 107.
That is fascinating. There are other teams in baseball other than the Red Sox and Yankees. Like, for example, Tampa Bay, who lost again. And how about my fighting Phils, who bounced back in Atlanta against Jerome Jurenovich as Atlanta Braves there?
Oh, it's Jerome's Atlanta Braves now. Yeah, he's on the broadcast.
He is. He's been part of the broadcast for a while.
Used to be with Headline News and here.
And former part of the Fox Sports Radio Alumni Association, Jerome Jurenovich.
That's getting to be a longer list.
Well, hopefully you won't join it anytime soon. I actually technically am part of the Alumni Association.
I just mean that we're growing, and it's been a lot of years since we started.
I brought back... one time I was bored, and I wrote down a list of people that have worked here, done talk shows. I got to like 200 names, and then I could have kept going, but I got tired. I got bored, and I did something else. I'm just saying, it's a high turnover situation in this business. I'm just pointing that out.
I could see how that sounded.
Hey, listen, we'll take your phone calls if you'd like to take part of the program. This hour, same numbers apply as all other hours. You know the numbers by now. 877-99 on Fox. No dumb questions. Have a hot sports opinion. Please do not sabotage the radio show. And we will certainly take your commentary this hour. And also your Fox text hit 66369. Straight ahead, he's the MVP of the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers. Apparently he's got a new lady in his life. It's made the gossip websites. The best part of this story, she's got a porn star name. Yeah. Maybe more stripper than porn star. That's right, Jeff DeRay. We'll have details on that as we continue. It's the Ben Maller Show on Fox. Stay with us.
Let's get natural.
This is Fox Sports Radio.
We have thousands of followers on this. Hey, don't compare to this one.
Fox Sports.
You got the shadow of the Intimidator hanging over you.
No more, Mr. Nice Guy. He was a nice guy.
We are Fox Sports.
and those balls.
Radio.